Hello everyone. Today we're going to focus on core strength. So those are the major muscle groups between my sternum and my hips on the anterior, lateral, and posterior sides of my body. We have 9 movements that will split up into 3 blocks. We'll do 3 movements each block. Let's start with a bit of a warm-up. So whole body here, I'm gonna go with some I, Y, and T first. My thumb's guiding me, pushing up and out, and then right to the side. Going through the alphabet, I, Y, and T. I'll do a few more here. I, Y, and T. Getting some blood into the shoulders. Even though I'm working mostly the middle of my body, I still want to warm up everything. I'll go from that into a little rotation, a little side to side. Arms freely flailing here, nice and loose with the elbows and the shoulders. I'll take it into my hips next with a little bit of shin grab. I'll do 5 each side here. Pull the knees into the chest. And I'll take it to the ground and work on some bridge roll-ups. My feet pulled into my hips, my arms extended on the sides. I'll bridge, hips down, legs straighten, sit tall. And I'll do 5 repetitions here. Bridge first, butt down, legs extend. Great. And then everything one more time. Let's get good and loose. So back to the eyes, Y's, and T's. Eyes, Y's, T. I, Y, T. The blood's starting to recirculate into the big muscle groups now. Right to my helicopter. I'll do a few each side here. Focus on your breath. Setting your intention. Right to my knee grab. Nine, 10, and one more time on the ground on the bridge roll-ups. Bridge, sit. One more here. All right. So most everything here will be done on the ground, so you may want a mat. We'll do 3 sets of the first 3 movements. We're going to work for 30 seconds. We're going to rest for about 5 seconds just to get into position. So I'll go over the movements here first, the first 3. We have your double crunch leg raise. So my legs start in the air, my hands on the back of my head. I'm going to do 2 crunches. So it's flex 1, flex 2. The key is to stay in the second crunch while I lower the legs and then elevate the legs. 1 crunch, second crunch, lower slowly, raise. It's a good thing if you do less range of motion on the leg raise. Don't let your feet touch the ground. Keep that back, push down hard into the ground. That's so you really engage that lower, hard to hit abdomen. After that, I'm gonna go to my bear tap. So I'm gonna come into this position on my hands and my knees. I'm going to elevate my knees off of the ground, and I'm going to tap my hand to opposite foot. So that's right hand to left foot, left hand to right foot. And that's my bear tap. From there, I'm going to go to my lying side reach. So going back to this face up position, pull the feet into the butt, elevate your torso as much as you can. So it's not good enough to just bring your head off of the ground. Bring your shoulders up as high off the floor as you can. Feel the abs really engaged, and I'm reaching side to side. Aiming for my toes, getting into those obliques. So let's start. We'll go through 3 sets here, 30 seconds on, 5 seconds off. We'll start with the double crunch raise right now. So it's flex and flex. Lower slowly and raise. Focus on keeping everything in the abdomen. Notice how long my legs are. Try not to lock the legs. You want soft knees, so slightly bent knees. Your last one here. Nice and slow, controlled, and raise. Okay. I'll turn over, get in position for my bear tap. Knees up and tap. So you want to stay stacked here. Your wrists under your shoulders. Feel that indirect work in your upper body as you have to stabilize. And try to physically touch your hand to opposite foot. Focus on the breath. We're going to get a lot of work done here in a short amount of time. Okay, I'm coming back onto my back to finish up set one, going into my thigh tap. Feet in, head up, and reach. Exhaling. And time, okay? 5 seconds. Breathe it out. We go right into set number 2. So back to our double crunch raise. Flex, flex, lower slow, and raise. Remember, less is more on the leg raise portion. Focus on your breath. Everything is a breath out your mouth. Squeeze. Squeeze, stay in it, and up. And that's a wrap, okay? Turning over, coming into the bear tap, wrists under shoulders, tap. If you cannot make the touch to your hand and to your foot, that's okay. Just make the attempt. I'll give you some modifications for movements as we go through today. Keep focusing on your breath. Nice little rotational drill here. Okay. Set 2, finish it up. Into our side reach. Pull those feet in, elevate the torso, reach. Focus on the obliques. Last couple reaches here. And time, okay? A couple seconds. We've got one more set. Back to this double crunch raise. Legs high, hands head, go. Flex, squeeze. Squeeze, lower slowly. And raise. Nice little combination here of top down work on the crunch and bottom up work on the leg raise. Last couple repetitions here. All right, relax. And we'll go one more time on our bear tap. Find yourself stacked, knees up, make the taps. Right on the back. Last time on our side bend. Pull those feet in and we're on it. Lots of air. Keep breathing. Keep the torso up here. All in the abdomen. And time. All right. And that is block number 1. Let's go into block number 2. So next 3 movements here, we're going to start with our hip rolls. So a little more into the obliques now. It's hard to hit muscles. Call them our love handles sometimes. So I'm going to assume a low plank position here. Important not to grab your hands. Hands apart, palms up. Keep your elbows under your shoulders. Hips elevate. I'm rolling my hips side to side on my plank roll. You want to avoid popping your butt too high in the air. Don't do this. Keep your hips level to the ground. Your hips approach the ground. They don't quite touch the ground. Let your feet swivel to allow your hips to turn. From there, I'm going to go to an iso open chain grasshopper. So all that means is I'm going to get into a high plank now. So my arms long. I'm going to elevate one foot off of the ground. That foot stays off the ground as I connect that knee over to my elbow. You won't quite make a connection, but you're reaching for it. Your knee to opposite elbow. And while you're in that high plank position, work to maintain your wrists, again, under your shoulders. Don't walk your weight back and forth. Keep your wrists right under your shoulders. We'll go for 30 seconds on one leg, and then 30 seconds on the other leg. And then we finish off on the back with this short lever to long lever bicycle. So I've got one hand on my head, that's my right hand. I'll raise my right foot off of the floor. I'm going to go elbow to knee, out slow, and then hand to foot, out slow. We'll stay on one side for 30 seconds, and then we'll switch and do the other side. So let's start with our hip rolls for those obliques. All right, and here we go. Nice and stacked, hands apart. Not about speed here, about intention, keeping the work where we want it, in the obliques. Don't let your hips come up too high off of the ground. Focus on the breath. All right, setting up into high plank. I'll raise my right foot off of the ground and I'm connecting. Stay stacked. Work to keep your wrists under your shoulders. All about that midline. Keep that right foot off the ground. All right. Reset. Other side. Left foot up and reach. If you need to let yourself have your foot come to the ground for a little bit of a rest, that's okay. You do what feels good. It's all about what feels good for your body. All right, now we're coming to the floor, setting up for our short lever, long lever bicycle. Right hand on my head, left foot up, and I'm making that connection. There's the short lever, long arm now, and then long lever. Knee bent, leg straight. Lots and lots of air. Okay, short break. Setting up other side, left hand, right foot on it. while here, work to keep your back pushed down into the ground. If you feel anything in your lower back, that means your leg is probably coming too close to the ground. So again, just shorten up the range of motion, and that's fine. Last one here, long. Okay, coming into set 2. Setting up for our low plank roll on the elbows, and here we go. Remember the foot action, it's very important here. Keep the hands apart, don't grab them, palms up. Time, okay. Setting up for our ISO open chain grasshopper. I'm gonna start with my left foot up this time. Left foot up and across. Try to stay stacked with your wrists under your shoulders. Good. Making our switch, coming into the right foot up, and here we go. Feel that work in your shoulders and your legs as well, as they are necessary to keep you stable. All right. And then we're coming onto our back, finish up set 2 with our short lever, long lever. I'll go left hand on the head, right foot up. So it's left elbow, right knee. Left hand, right foot. Your off arm and leg here are completely relaxed. All right, making our switch, right hand on my head, that's right elbow to left knee, and right hand to left foot. Mind your pace. You think control in and control out. Nothing too haphazard or erratic. All right. And then we're setting up for our last set here. So coming back to our low plank, hip roll, and here we go. Keep the hands apart. Fight the urge to pop the hips too high. Right, let's get over the hump here. Last time on these high plank, ISO open chain hoppers, and right foot up to get to the left elbow. Staying stacked. Right, last side. So left foot up, and let's reach. capped off set 3 with our short long lever. Bicycle back to my right hand on my head, that left knee, and here we go. Stay open here, as in don't let your elbow, your working elbow, and your working foot touch the floor. They come close. They don't quite touch. Keep the hand long there. Apologies. All right. Now, other side. So, left elbow to right knee. Take the hand long there. Got that last time. Just keeping the body guessing here with work where you're facing up, work where you're facing down, rotational work, anti-rotational work. Last one here. All right. And coming on to our final block here. Last 3 movements. We're going to start with our, what we call fold up. So I'm on the ground here, what we call your hollow hold position. So that's with my feet elevated, my arms elevated, my head elevated. I'm going to pull my knees in and my arms in at the same time, and then out at the same time, your fold up. So again, if you feel the work coming into your lower back there, keep your feet a little elevated or more elevated off of the ground. After that, we're going to go over to your stomach and come into your lower back a little bit more here. This is your, what you call contralateral or opposing Superman. So I'm flat on my stomach, head buried in the sand. I'm going to elevate opposite arm and leg. So I'll call it my right arm and my left leg, then my left arm and my right leg. The key is to move from your shoulder and your hip. There's nothing happening from your elbow or your knee. It's from the opposite shoulder and hip. That is more of a pulsing movement. So you're moving pretty slow. You're moving a little quicker there, just up and down. Don't pause anytime during the move. Last one is your modified side plank. So side plank, I want to keep my elbow under my shoulder. You can either stack your feet, so right on top of each other, or you can stagger your feet. Stacked would be a little harder than staggered. I'll come up. My free hand is on my head, up hand is on my head. I'm looking at my elbow as I connect my elbow to my hand, opening and closing. Of course, I'll do that on both sides. So let's get this one in. We're going to start here with our fold up, sit up. And here we go, we're on it. So in controlled, out controlled, arms and feet, stay off of the floor. Again, if you feel it in your lower back, just kick the feet up higher. So my feet are up higher. If you can add a little more intensity, you take them lower. But keeping that back pushed down hard into the ground. That is the key. Squeezing hard in the middle, right there. Squeeze. Okay, we'll roll over. Lying down, flat on your stomach, arms extended, opposite arm and leg. Little pulses. Working in your erectors, your lower back, and your mid back here, even your upper back. Along with the arm, along with the leg. Last couple. And time, okay. I'm going to come onto my right elbow here. Elbow under my shoulder. I'm going to keep my feet stacked. Hand on the head, and here I go. I close slow, and I open slow. Your eyes tracking your elbow. Trying to get into the obliques here. Okay, I'm gonna flip around, do the other side, my left elbow stacked, and here we go. Remember, you can stagger your feet here if that keeps you more stable. All right, let's set up for set number 2, coming into our fold up. Head up, arms up, legs up, and I'm in. Controlled squeeze, and I'm out. Controlled. Keep focusing on squeezing. It's very important not to just move for the sake of moving, move for the sake of contracting. Squeezing a set of muscles. Mostly the abdomen here today. Strong middle, strong core. Keep that back, push down hard into the ground. And time there, okay? Moving back onto my elbow. I'll start with my left elbow this time. Stacked, and here we go. Okay, flipping it around, other side, staying stacked, follow your elbow with your eyes. All right, I forgot to do my Superman. Let's do that Superman second set here. All right, so I'm long, arms long, legs long, and here we go. Opposites. You're trying to flex from the top of your shoulder and your glute on opposite sides of your body. You work at the same time here. So as your right arm elevates, your left leg elevates, and vice versa. I'll get 10 more seconds here. And I'll get everything one more time. Okay, let's go in the right order now. So, back to my fold up. Arms long, legs long, stay in it. Squeeze in control and out control. Always breathing. You hear me breathing the whole time. Your body's a big air pump. Air in, air out to move efficiently. Eyes are between my legs. I'm looking between my legs. Keep my torso up. Okay. So let's go into our Superman last time. And I'm on it. Opposites, all opposites. Right, and then last time here on my right elbow, keep that elbow stacked under your shoulder, feet stacked or staggered. Here we go. It's a slow close and a slow open. Look at your elbow. Last side here. Driving it across. And here we go. Trying to make that connection with my elbow, my right elbow here, to my left hand. And relax there. So, nice job, my strong friends. Pretty holistic core workout there. Get a good sweat going. Strong core, strong everything. You guys have a great rest of your day.